Today I'm going to replace the Intermatic timer, the motor on the Intermatic timer. And the Intermatic timer is T103M, but I think this also applies to any of the T100 series. So I'm going to just replace the motor. So first you have to turn off the main power supply. So I already did. And I go ahead and switch off these switch here too that connect to the panel here, and then I'm going to unscrew this. Unscrew it, remove the panel cover. After it's removed, so this timer is not working. This one is working, so I'm going to just replace. So you can replace the whole timer. As you can see, the wire connection is pretty complicated. So the other way you can do, usually is the motor problem. So the other way you can do is to just replace the motor in the back only. So I'm going to show you just to replace the motor only, so that you only have to deal with only couple of the wires. You don't have to disconnect every single wire, so just like when you're replacing the timer. After you unscrew the screws here, the two screws, so you remove it, and then the timer pretty much will you can pull it down, and you can see you can replace the whole timer, but you have to deal with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terminals, so which is A terminal 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, in this case, I only need to replace a motor, and you just need to deal with two white wires. That one is connected to terminal A, the other one is to terminal 1. And make sure you label the terminals. And when you remove so in order to remove this motor, you just need to unscrew these screws here, and you don't have to deal with the wheels at the front, so don't unscrew this this part here. And so once you remove the motor, so this is the part that's connected to the motor. The rest of it will stick with the wheels, so you don't have to worry about the other parts. So it should be really easy to remove. So the two white wires, this one connected to the terminal A, the other one connected to terminal 1. So you should make a note on the wires of the new motor. Okay. So on the new motor, I label the wire. The lower wire is going to connect to A. The upper one is connect to terminal 1. Disconnect the wire connect to terminal A, and then connected to terminal 1. And just make note of the wire that go to the corresponding terminal. So there's extra white wire going to to terminal A, and then a black wire connected to the terminal 1 here too. So just make a note also. So right now I'm going to unscrew this one screws, and so just loosen these two screws, and then you'll see very easy to remove it. So again, don't touch the screws at the front of the timer here, of the dial here. Okay, don't touch it, because it's connected with just a spring, some like a couple others parts here. So after you remove it, you may not know how to put it back though. So I will show you that after you remove it, the only parts that coming out with the motor is just this little part here. So it's very easy. Okay. So after you loosen the screws, and you just kind of gently, so just how you see this is, you can slide it to the right side, and then we'll disengage from other parts here, and then you can just kind of slowly take it out, and as I just mentioned, so that's how it looks like on the other side of the motor. So you can pretty much take out the whole motor here. Okay, and then you just put in the new motor. Make sure you don't lose the screw. The replacement cut doesn't come with the screws though. So you put it back on. So make sure the other side of the teeth of these parts are engaged with the other teeth of these wheels here, and try to put on the left side screws, which is a little bit harder to put it before you put in the right side of the screws. And so because as I said, this new replacement motor doesn't come with the screws though. I put the timer back on, put the screws just kind of like, I don't tighten it all the way, just kind of like fix it in position so that I easily to connect these screws back though. So make sure the wires are connected to the correct terminal, one to terminal A, the other one to terminal A, the other one to terminal 1. So put the screws back on and put the insulator back on, screw it back, and I turn on the main power supply, and then I turn on the power supply here to see whether it works. To see whether it works, so you have to look through this little window here, and so the part is turning now, so it works. So just go ahead and adjust the time. I pull it out and then just turn to the correct time, and then you are all set. And so this is it. So it's an easier way to repair the problem with the Intermatic mechanical timer. Thank you.